There are certain times when the media goes overboard on stuff. Like OBJ, the drama between the Browns and the destination landing spot, the Rams. He's at best the number 2 receiver for the Rams. The media's given it more coverage than it deserves. And that happens a lot. Where the media covers something, it's a player that's interesting, a player that's dramatic. OBJ is just not changing games in the NFL. He's not changing lines, but he is a unique player. LA Rams are an aggressive franchise. The Browns are historically a tire fire. And then there's times that the media doesn't cover something, and I'm shocked by it. I could not believe, and I said it, and I've said it 15 times, when Kevin Durant left a dynasty for the Brooklyn Nets. I thought it was a staggeringly horrible decision. The best, arguably after LeBron, the best player in the league, leaving a dynasty, the best run organization for a losing culture, the Brooklyn Nets, with no great history, and choosing Kyrie Irving, flaky to his core, over Steph Curry, the most selfless superstar NBA player probably of my life. Now you're seeing, as Curry goes into Brooklyn, drops 37, and the crowd is chanting MVP for an opposing player. I have no idea why KD did this. There is no comp in the history of sports where a player could have stayed with a dynasty. The dynasty had all of its parts, was a significantly, brilliantly run organization, and leaves for an inferior point guard that had baggage and an inferior organization and inferior momentum. You're seeing it now play out. Stephen A. Smith finally addressed it the other day, almost post-mortem. Like the Nets feel like they're sort of, right? They're sort of dead. Harden's not the same player due to a rule change. Kyrie's not available. They still really don't have a great bench. I don't know why it wasn't covered. I do not know. I think it's the most undercovered sports story in the last couple of years. It is unbelievable to me that Kevin Durant, do you realize if Kevin Durant would have stayed, the draft, if Kevin Durant stayed, they would have drafted Jordan Poole, right? That was the draft after he left. Well, they would have drafted him had he stayed. You would have KD, Jordan Poole is a borderline all-star, Steph, Clay, and Draymond. Now, James Wiseman, that pick you wouldn't have had. That was a number 1 pick because you tanked. But the media overcovers many things. I'd be the first to admit it. I haven't, but the media has undercovered how unbelievably regrettable KD's decision was to go to Brooklyn.